Hello. Some of you may or may not remember or may not have watched because it was an hour long. Actually, it did. It got a little over 300 views, so somebody watched. A few weeks ago, I did for Banggood.com a review on a DC power supply, and along with it, a multimeter. In fact, a clamp multimeter made by Fluke. It's the Fluke 362 digital clamp multimeter. It's a very, very good meter. This meter is actually made to be sold only in China, or maybe all of Asia. I'm not real sure. But that's not unusual. They have models that they sell only in Europe, models they sell only in the U.S. That gap's closing. They're starting to now. They're bridging that gap and going more. It's a little more broad now. But this particular one, 362. This is the one that I did, and like I said. There was some information I didn't have, and I needed it because a lot of it was in Chinese. So I had to email Fluke or get on the website and try to get some information. You're going to hear me do this a lot, and I'm sorry. I have to get this completed this weekend, and I don't know what's going on, weather change, whatever. Someone from Fluke. I don't know, noticed the email. I don't even remember how, but he did a wonderful thing, and we got a great surprise. He sent me, straight from the factory, a Fluke Model 365, which is the American version. Not when I say American version, I mean it's supposed to only be available in America. Because of the World Wide Web and all that good stuff, you can buy anything from anywhere now. But the primary market for this meter is in America. As you can see, it comes with, there's a box, comes with all the paperwork. Fluke is not like me. I have had meters that these were 5 pages. This is a lot bigger than 5 pages. All your certifications, it's a true RMS multimeter. So it's basically the same as the 362 with a few, I wouldn't call them minor exceptions because they play a major role in what you would do with a multimeter. Here's the 362. Oh, sorry. Here's the 362 right here. Here is the 365. Now, as you can see just by looking at them, that one's just a little bit taller than the other. You can also see that one is a little thicker than the other, and that doesn't mean it's better or made better or anything else. The reason is because the Model 365, this clamp detaches, and all this extra cable or cord you see back here is about 3 feet, about a meter, right around 3 feet. That you can leave that clamp and take your readings from a safe distance or from a more comfortable, better distance or whatever. Some other minor differences. This has, and this feature I love almost more than anything, a backlight. When you get my age and wear glasses all the time, you're gonna love a backlight. It has one other feature that I don't think I've seen on any other clamp meter. But if you're in and out of cabinets, at work, I'm a industrial mechanic, and we get in some really small, tight, dark places. If you press and hold that light button, there's a very small, tiny LED right up here at the top. It's just bright enough to maybe help you see your way to what you need to clamp onto. It's not hugely bright. It doesn't take up a lot of excess battery power or anything, but it's handy. It comes in very handy. And we're going to put the 362 away for now because right now that's not what this. He sent me this and told me to do whatever I wanted to with it, and talk all I wanted to, good, bad, whatever. It didn't matter. He wanted to know, period, what I thought, how I felt, all that good stuff. First things first. It comes with TL75 leads. Nothing wrong with TL75 leads. They're hard point leads. They are, instead of which would, everybody knows the Teflon coated leads that you know that Fluke are famous for. These are PVC, and I think they do that for the cat rating. I'm not real sure. I didn't ask. It doesn't matter. They read as well, or really no different. The resistance the same between these and any other leads. I happen to like the TL71s a little better just because I've used them in the past and they feel good. So I ordered some from Amazon, and they came in this package here, which is now empty because leads are now in the little case. The case has a separator inside it, way down in there, where you can put the meter on. Meter goes up front, leads go in the back, or leads in the front. It's however you want to do it. Nice little case. Does come with it too. The TL70, TL71 leads. These are more what most people have probably in earlier years. That's changing now. These do not come stock on most meters now. It's not because it's hugely expensive. I actually got these from Amazon for like $15 or $16. They're normally $30 leads, and I got taken to the Amazon store by clicking on purchase now from the Fluke website. So it was a Fluke endorsed deal. It wasn't somebody undercutting somebody. But I love these because they're just it's just, you see that? I mean that silicone. I said Teflon. I don't know why I said Teflon. Silicone is just so malleable. It doesn't really matter how cold it gets or whatever. Those are not going to harden up. PVC will, but I mean, either way, it's fine. It's what you like, what you choose. I just happen to like these particular leads. Now, to this day, I still don't know if I get to keep this or not. The leads, I'll use the leads one way or another. I got, and I got a great deal on them. They have a new style cap too for the cat rating. I don't have, not here in front of me. I do have, but they're put away right now. I'm not going to get them out. These new caps for the cat rating. You see, it's like a cone, really. I just threw it on the floor, and I'm going to move that. That loud thump you just heard was that microphone. But it still comes out the same way. I mean, that exposes the entire tip, and for the cat rating, same thing. It's a little easier to get off. You just throw them right there and slide it right off. Other than that, they're the same. I love these leads. Now, basics of this meter. It's not, a massive 200 million amp meter. It's the features on it are, pretty basic, but I've taken it to work several times, and it's done everything at work that any other meter in the plant can do, and there's a lot of meters in that plant. It's rated at 200 amps AC and DC, 600 volts AC and DC. That gives a cat rating of 3. It's a clamp meter, of course. It reads volts, amps, continuity, ohms. It's auto reading, auto metering, excuse me. So you don't have to worry about setting that. But the coolest factor about this thing is that right there. And I'm going to pull the leads off real quick because if you're going to measure current, pretty much, and nothing else at the time, you don't really even have to have the leads. But you just detach that clamp and unwrap it back here, and see you got that's a meter, 3 feet. I mean, I didn't measure it, but it's plenty of room. And you take your clamp, put it wherever you need it. I'm measuring something way over here, and I got my meter right here. I'm a safe distance away from whatever I'm measuring, or I can keep the heart of my meter at where it's safe and not going to fall off and get damaged or whatever. That to me is the single best feature on this meter, and it's won. When this meter came out, the awards, it's 4 or 5 awards. One was one of the awards was actually one that I couldn't even believe. Not because it's unbelievable, just because it to do it is it just doesn't happen. It was engineers. What was it, product of the year or something like that. I mean, anyway, when you get a group of engineers together and they vote on an award, you got to have a top-notch product for real hardcore engineers to award that. And that's not because they're Fluke fans. Engineers don't really care. They want it to do it and do it right. Of course, Fluke's been doing that for years. It also comes with the magnetic strap. One of the first things somebody asked me about that magnetic strap was the clamp. The way a clamp works is there's a magnetic field inside there. Yes, if you put a magnet close to that, it'll, you're not going to get correct readings. Readings will go all over the place. In fact, I can probably put it in DC amps now, DC or AC amps for that matter, and can probably get some kind of weird reading. Turn the light on. Yeah, just from holding the magnet. See that? It's showing 1.7 DC amps just because I'm close to the magnet. Well, it tells you in the instructions, and most people unfortunately don't read them. It says keep it at least 10 centimeters away. And the clamp's connected up here, and that's down there. It is. If I'm going to hang it up with that magnet, I'm either not going to be using the clamp at all, I'm using the test leads, or the clamp's not going to be up there. So common sense, it very simply tells you that that's not an issue. It really is a non-issue. I put it on here, I'm not taking it off because it gets well used. That magnet will hold, usually these are strong enough, they'll hold a couple of meters. I'm going to go through several different things that you can do with a clamp meter, at home, at work, on your car, just any reasons that I can possibly come up with that you can use meters for. People use them for battery testing. Hey, that's fine. Use it to test the battery. Use it for whatever you like. This is a jam-up little meter. I like it a lot. And I hope I get to keep it. That sounds kind of selfish. If I don't, it's okay. This is more of a mid-range for Fluke. It's in the between 220, I've seen them as high as 280, depending on where you buy them. I've seen much more expensive Flukes, and I've seen less expensive Flukes. But for what this will do, it's worth every penny. If I had to pay $250 for it, it would be worth every penny of it. All right, give me a few minutes. I'm going to set up a few things, and we're going to play with it and do some testing and see what kind of readings we get. It is true on RMS, so either way, we're going to have some fun. So just hang in there for a few minutes, and we're going to see what we can play with and have some fun with. Okay, I set up this is just a power strip. That's not a surge protector or anything. It's just a normal power strip. This, I don't know if you guys know what this is. This is a non-contact AC voltage tester to let you know whether there's power in something. My wife, I think, calls it a chirper or something like that. Tweeter. It turns red to let you know it's hot, and it makes a lot of noise to let you know, that there's power in there. Now, a lot of people do not even know how to test this. This would work the same on an outlet. The large side over here to the left. Let me zoom that in just a little bit. Large side over to the left. Should be your ground. I say should be because I don't know who installed what, where. That's your ground side. This is your positive side. It's very simple. Turn your meter on. I've already got everything set up. I got it plugged in. Cat caps off. It's set for AC voltage, and I got the backlight turned on to test and check your voltage on basically any household wall outlet or power strip or whatever. Negative goes in the negative side, positive goes in the positive side, and you can see that's 115.6. It's bouncing around a little bit because there's some things running out here. That's really it's just that simple. People complicate that so much, and it's not that hard. Now that doesn't, I'm not saying if you are not familiar with how electricity works or what it can or cannot do to you, please don't just dive in and start poking leads into things. I've been I've done something with an engineering, electrical, this most of my life. My dad was an engineer. I'm 50 years old. Most people that will be watching this probably have the same experiences. Please don't just dive in, okay? The next thing I have, this is going to be fun because we're going to include my wife's hair dryer in it. I don't know how much she's going to like that, but we're going to do it. Hang on just a second. Okay, this is one of those kids don't ever try this at home moments. What I've done is I've taken just a normal extension cord. I plugged it into the power strip, but what I did was I safely separated the lines. You have two lines in there. That's how alternating current works. You have two. Now, a clamp meter, if you're trying to measure amperage on anything, if you put it around more than one, I mean, I can put it here all day around two, and nothing's going to happen. You won't measure anything. That's why I separated those, and I took the clamp off so that we got plenty of line. We can stay at a safe distance, and I can leave the meter where you guys can see it. And the first thing that I have plugged into it right now is just my cell phone. So it's not going to be a huge amount. It's really not. I got it set to AC. I'll turn it off and this is very simple. Turn the dial to A with a little squiggly line above it. That's AC. Straight line with the dots below it, that's DC. That's AC amps is what we're measuring now. We're going to use, instead of leads, we're going to use the clamp. And like I said, you can only clamp around one of those two. Now, turn my backlight on here. Now, you see just how minuscule, and you might not be able to. The cool thing is I can pick it up so you can't. 0.2. It's not even drawing half an amp to charge a cell phone. Now we're going to change these things. I'm going to not charge. I'm going to do something with a little more power as we go up. This is just to give you an idea of everyday household appliances, just how much power they do or do not, actually use. That's the same voltage you saw earlier where I measured the voltage, but 0.2 amps is all it's 2 milliamps is all it's pulling right now. We're going to change over to something that'll pull just a little more. It's going to make some noise too. Sorry. Okay, same situation, same cord, everything's set the same way. The difference is we have a jet engine. This is my wife's blow dryer, and this is one of those industrial blow dryers like they would use at the beauty salon. This is a monster. It really is. You could blow out a fire with this thing or start a major one. I've never checked it. I'm really curious myself just how much this is going to pull. I'm going to put it on as high setting, as hot as it'll go, and we're going to find out. Let's see. Look at that. 1.7, 1.8. It was already headed up to 2. I turned it to cool down. Now all of a sudden it's 11.7 amps. You see that? How's that supposed to? 11.7 amps. This is a hair dryer, guys. This is a blow dryer, not a heat gun. This is a blow dryer. Now, granted, it's an 1800 watt blow dryer, so it's hotter than most heat guns that I've used. This is a trip. Look at that. And I can turn it down to warm. I got it off hot. It's drop down to 8.3. Turn it all the way down to cool. So go down again. Turn it down to low. Now I'm going to reverse all that stuff. Go back to high. Go all the way back to hot. My backlight went out. There we go. 11.6 amps. 11.6 amps for a hair dryer. Gotta be really careful with that. Okay, now I got my little Kayla battery charger plugged in. I got 4 30Qs in there, all loaded up, set to their highest possible charging rate, which is 1 amp for each bay. Now these are almost charged anyway, so it's not going to take long. So I want to go ahead and get this set up. You know what? Actually, I don't think it's not pulling anything at all, because it's probably not charging at all. The reason for that would be that these cells are charged, and I know, yeah. See, that one's already stopped, and the rest of them are ramping down. So I don't know if I got any. Let me see if I can find some cells that are in need of charge. Okay, sorry, but being a flashlight guy, it took me forever to find cells that weren't charged. I keep my cells charged constantly. Now that's 2 cells. That's a knockoff Radio Shack 26650 that I just keep on hand because I got them for next to nothing for going out of business sale. And that's a Ropus 18650 3400 milliamp battery that came with the Ropus KR20 light. It gives you some, but usually there's 2 cells in there, and it's, again, 2 milliamps, just barely anything at all. I don't know that I have any other cells that I can push it up any more at all. And these are set at their highest charging level. This is Panasonic 18650. I tried to put that next to that 26650. That won't work. Gotta put it next to an 18650. I've done this before, believe it or not. Oh, that's charging. Let's see if we can get any more out of it. I'm gonna move the clamp. Sometimes it helps to take the clamp off, just move it to a different spot, or just take it off for a minute period. And still, I got 0.3. Now, all 3 of those cells are charging at 1 amp, 1,000 milliamps, which is the highest. You guys are familiar with that charging. 0.3 is what we're getting there. That's and see, the cool thing, like I said, look, it's way down there safely. The meter's way up here. We're gonna do some car stuff next. Just hang on a second. There's literally so many things you can do with this type of meter around. It's phenomenal. It's almost never ending. You can. Before I actually knew how to use a multimeter, I didn't know how badly I needed to know anything about electricity and digital multimeters, and just how simple and easy they would make my life. I'm going to try to show you really quick here just how easy that clamp is to get back on. Line it up. Boom. It's on. Whoop. Oh, yeah. There we go. See there? Stays on. Oh, it didn't. It come off. This is actually, see where I got the cord all crinkled up trying to hurry. Watch this. We'll do it right. Nice and slow. I got one of those 80 things that's 50 years old or something, I guess. I don't know. I'm just glad I got it. But I'm going to take it out to the car. Or it's not a car, it's very big. And see what kind of fun we can have there. Okay, here's yet another way that digital multimeters, clamp or otherwise, can be used to test all sorts of things. Want to know how well your battery's holding up? Positive, if you can get it. I was trying to do this so I can actually show you guys the readout on the screen too. And hang on just a second. Should have brought some gator clips out here. Now, there you go. Not sure if you can see that because of the light or not, but it's 12.7 volts, just where it should be. Now, the fun thing about this meter also is to check most other things, except for, front load, like turn your headlights on and whatnot. If I want to check and see what my alternator's got going on, I can do something that almost no other meter can do. It comes in this type of compact size, and that's take my clamp off. Now, if you'll hang on, I'm going to get everything situated just where I want it. Sorry I had to make you wait, but I had to make sure I did that safely. What I did was the clamp is on my negative on my negative, going down to the chassis, way down there. Meter's way up here safely. Engine's running just at idle, and it's not going to stay constant, of course. The biggest reason for that is because it's not idling smoothly. I do need to do a few things to my truck, but it's balanced, going right towards 6 and then down to 2.1. Like it's not going to settle no matter what I do. I don't think I can reach. I'm going to try to reach the throttle. This is what they call drive-by-wire. It's very annoying to try to reach that without to yourself. Yes, I'll have to take the cow and everything else off to do it. I'm just not ready. There's a lot of things I want to take off to do that, but I'm not ready to do that. But what I can do is I can put a load on it. I can turn some headlights and things on, and you guys can watch it start to. I can't turn the AC up. My AC is screwed up. Okay, as you can see, I mean it's see if I can get that where you can actually see it. I don't know if you can with the glare or not. 2.3. I mean it's still at idle, so it's not going to stay exactly where it needs to stay. But I do know that I'm getting what I need to hold it up. Now the other thing you can check has nothing to do with the clamp. I'm going to turn the meter off while my car's running. Turn it off is the safest thing to do for the meter and for me. I'm going to remove the clamp. I'm going to go back to my leads, and I want to check my forward voltage. So we go to DC volts. I'm going to check this without holding the meter up first. That's, yeah. Okay. Now I got, that was me. I almost dead shorted it. Sorry about that. See if I can do it this time without dead shorting it. Okay. There's my voltage. I got headlights, radio, I got everything on except for the air conditioning, and it's at 14 volts. What does that tell me? That tells me my alternator is okay. Yet another reason to have this type of meter handy around just about whenever you would need it. Okay, that's I'm gonna pretty much wrap it up about this meter there. I was gonna put it on a DC power supply, but I mean, you know, that just added a lot of extra time, and I think I accidentally split this video into a couple of parts. I'm going to have to piece back together. Hopefully my software will work the way it's supposed to. A couple of quick things I didn't touch on, of course, is, you know, resistance. Here's some, I don't even know what these resistors are. I keep all types of resistors here. That, I'm guessing, is a 670 ohm, probably a half, that's probably a half watt. 670 ohm, showing 669. Now these are not certified resistors by no stretch. These are Radio Shack resistors, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's gonna be a 670. Continuity. I don't know if you guys probably can't hear it way back there. Sorry about the sound quality. I'm getting there. Still, you know. And it's still, you know, this is one of the fastest, Fluke, not just this meter. Fluke is one of the fastest registering meters that I've ever used, and I have had meters of all sorts made from all parts of the world. I mean, they just register, just boom, and you know, you got, I don't know if I can hold this up to where you see it or not. I'll try, but I'll do the resistor here real quick if it'll hang on to it for me. And you can see just the reason it's jumping is because I'm touching to it one time. I didn't think I could do it without some kind of clip or something to hold one of my leads on. Yeah, everything wants to be a pain, you know what I mean. Boom, there we go. Nope. Almost. Just, you know what? Hang on. I'll fix it. Just pull the stupid thing off. I got like 2 million of these, and I don't really use these too much for anything anymore. Okay, hold it up in the air. Right up here where you guys can see it. Oh, I gotta go that way. Cameras, duh. Watch. Boom. See how fast that I mean, it just, Flukes don't waste any time registering at all. And it, you know, it goes straight from that to where it needs to be. This is probably, well, to date, this is the best meter I've owned. I've got some Southwire meters, supposed to be top of the line, you know, the best you can get from Southwire. And they're great meters. They've got great resolution, great count. They do a great job. Can they do what this thing does? Not even close. The model that the Chinese 362, its cousin, great little meter. I think a lot of it. I'm going to gift that meter. By the way, if I get to hang on to this one, I'm going to gift that one to somebody. I try to pay things forward when I can. I've already got somebody in mind. I know they can't afford one, and they're in the same line of work I am. But this will become my daily meter at work from now on, provided that Fluke allows me to keep it. And if for some strange reason Fluke sends me another meter to test out, you know, it doesn't matter to me which ones. I'll keep paying it forward. You know, if they send me one and I test it and I'm allowed to keep it, I'll pay it forward. You know, we'll do a drawing. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll do something to to make sure it gets paid forward and you know, somebody else. He told me I could say wherever I wanted to. So the only bad thing that so far that I've found is it's kind of a pain to get to the batteries, and when you do have to change the batteries, you got to be really careful because calibration things, that's all right there together. You need to be really careful for that. I wish the backlight would stay on longer, and I wish it had a maximum, min, max, and average. Just so you get you know how we take current readings on lights. It boom, it's gone in just a couple of seconds. But if you got that, it'll hold that for you. There's a couple other features I'd love to see incorporated into it. But hey, who knows? Maybe they will. Probably already got meters that do have it incorporated, and I just don't know it yet. But either way, like I said, it's a great meter. I can highly recommend this. Not because Fluke sent it to me. I wouldn't care if the president of Fluke sent it to me. If it was a piece of trash, I'd tell you flat out it's a piece of trash. But it's not. It's a jam-up little meter. Everything I put it through for 2 weeks now, it's went through with flying colors. And the place I work, oh my God. It's just, I don't even want to talk about it. Detachable clamp. It is strong enough to work. It's cat-3 rated. It's strong enough to take into an industrial setting, but small enough, light enough, and portable enough to use at home for everyday uses. I can't recommend it enough. Thanks to Fluke for giving me the opportunity to evaluate this meter and test this meter, do a review on it for them. Guys, run out and get this. Fluke 365. Great meter. Maybe you want to test leads, maybe you don't. TL71 is absolute nothing. I mean, TL75 is nothing wrong with them. I just like these, and everybody's got a preference. Enjoy yourselves. What's left of your weekend? I got a few hours, then I got to go back to work. Have fun. Go buy a new meter. Don't skimp where it counts. These count. Skimp on something else. Stuff that matters, don't skimp.